Hi everyone, Sal for another one of my videos. How many of you ever bought one of these retro type radios? This one's got the Bush stamp on it. There's quite a few different ones out there that are remade, and they're obviously not like the old original ones where you turned them on and it took 10 minutes to warm up the valves. But when it did do, they sounded really good, didn't they? They had what we used to call tone, real tone. So I took a chance. I thought I'll have a go, see how they sound these days, because it promised all this extra really good sound, because it's it's digital today. It's going to sound a lot better than it did back then. So I went and got one of these things. I'm sure that there's other different models around that are very similar. So I got it anyway, got it home, and a year down the line, I'm absolutely was going to dump it, to be honest, when I thought I would take a look inside, because when you turn this thing on, I mean, listen to this. Yeah, you won't believe the quality of this thing.
It was early autumn when they made the journey to Hampshire. That is a new drawing.
It's just
the last one I made of her.
It's just terrible.
I wish we'd had her picture.
The sound quality is just...
But you've captured her...
absolutely abysmal. It's pretty awful. So what are we going to do? I thought, well, I could dump this thing because it was such a bad buy. When I thought, I'll tell you what, let's take the back off and have a look at it. So I'm going to take the back off and show you what's inside the thing. Okay, it's only got this little hardboard back on it. I've took some screws out already. I'll just take the other ones out now. Right, well, here we are with the back off the thing, and you can begin to see why we've got such terrible quality. Really rough put together. I mean, we've got screws holding the board together there. It's really a crap, poor quality circuit board, and we're not going to be able to do much about replacing the whole board really with something of a lot higher quality, but nevertheless there is a quicker way of getting some more better tone out of this, because if you look up there, look at the size of that speaker. I mean, that speaker is just the most abysmal thing I've ever seen, and it is a 3-watt 8-ohm tiny little thing. That's going to be impossible to generate any bass with that speaker, which is about 2 inches wide. So I'm going to take that off, and I think the best thing to get this thing up and running a bit more is to replace this speaker. So we'll take this speaker out now. Alright, I've undone the screws. I'll take the speaker out now. Look at this little dilly thing. But even worse, look, they haven't even drilled a round hole. All we've got is these 5 little holes, you know. I mean, this is just awful. Well, 7 holes by the look of it. So it's pretty diabolical. So what I'm going to plan to do, I'm going to replace this speaker with this one. This one cost me about £6 in a local radio shop, and it is one for little radios again. Much bigger speaker that won't just fit into that square. I have measured that. I'm going to cut that out in a minute and fit this one in. I'll show you we do that, and I'm sure we should be able to get a bit better performance from this. Well, I've taken the piece of board out now. Here it is here, that's sat down in there. As you can see, it's just got that old-fashioned look, which is nice that they've gotten that sort of type of look, and that the front of the grill has got the old-fashioned grill. But look how messy that is. I mean, it's not even a proper job. A real Chinese, made in China crap thing. So anyway, I'm going to lay this down, put the speaker over the top of it, our new one here, and I'm going to cut round it like so, and fit this speaker into this board, and I'm sure we should get a huge difference out of it. So I'm going to mark this in there now and then cut this out. So that's the next job. If you want to improve the sound of your radio, it can be any size, but just get a better speaker, it will make a mile of difference. So I'm going to now mark this round the circle there, and cut the hole. Well, there you are. I've mounted the speaker there, as you can see. Cut the hole through and mount it in a much bigger beast now we've got. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mastic round this bit of board, because it's not making a very good airtight seal anyway, before we put the board back, because I'm not going to do any more alterations to it, so I'm going to do that now. Well, there you are with the whole thing in now. I've masticked around the actual seal there to try and get an airtight seal if I can in this box, which is not that brilliant. But I think for a real quick cheapy job it will probably do the job okay. I'm putting the back on, but this back is really, it's just a piece of hardboard. It's not going to do anything. So I'm going to get a piece of MDF and put on the back of here, cut this right off, and put a decent thick back on it and seal this box right up so we can get some bass out of it. It's been made to look like, you know, it's the old back that you'd get on a radio years ago, but obviously it's just been printed on. It's rubbish. So I'm going to put a nice big back on the back of there, and then we'll see how she sounds. Well, here we are, our set revamped, and I have to say it does sound 10 times better.
Email,
you know,
page
just the actual vocal and volume,
yeah,
much more fidelity from it, and I think it's just done a terrific thing for £5. Worth doing in, £5, and revamp these old sets, make it sound a bit better, because these are not as good as the original 1950s, 60s sets. Okay, so there's a little tip from me. Turn it off, I think. Yep, that's it. Any more of my tips, Derek and 33. Thanks for watching.